What up, what up, what up, y'all? It's your boy Moan T of 5 Minute Cigar Review, but today is not a review. Today is more of a rant, more of a update rant. I don't know what you want to call it. So this one might be little bit over 5 minutes, because I got a story to tell. I got a yarn to weave, if you will. And while I'm doing that, I'm smoking a West Tampa Tobacco Company Devil Crab Figurado Pigtail. I just finished recording a review of this cigar, which you will get after this video, because I'm doing this video to be released now. The review will be released later. So if you remember that review, if you get that review, you might remember this video. So this video, I want to tell a tale of a trip that I just took. And the reason why that is significant and why I'm doing it on this channel is because the overall goal of this trip was to get down to Florida. It was a motorcycle trip with my motorcycle club. It's not an MC, it's a riding club. And we were trying to get down to Florida. We're going to go down all the way down to the Keys, ride that bridge down to the Keys, and on the way back up, stop in Tampa and have a blast. Because, Tampa, cigars, me. But outside of cigars, if you don't know, motorcycle riding is another passion of mine. Love doing it. So much that me and my friends started our own club. Didn't want to subscribe to anybody else's rules, so we started our own club. There you go. There it is. It's the Dark Lions RC, because we don't want to be associated or be mistaken for an MC and get ourselves in trouble. I've got no problem with MCs. I respect the culture, even if I don't always agree with some of the things that they do. But no beef with me, hopefully, and I got no beef with y'all. But, so here's the story. We had planned this trip. We do a big trip at least once a year. And we do some small little rides here, maybe an overnight stay somewhere. But this was our big trip. And we were going down there. So on the way, we had planned on stopping through Tennessee and riding the Tail of the Dragon. Now, the Tail of the Dragon, if you don't know, is part of Route 129. And it's a 11-mile stretch of Route 129 with over 300, let me see, do I have it up there? 318 turns or curves. It's fairly technical. You need to be somewhat skilled, which I would say I'm on the bottom end of that somewhat skilled thing, whatever you want to call it, but skilled enough to do that ride. So this is how the trip started. One of our members, he drives the truck. He's older. He doesn't have a motorcycle, so he drives the truck. That way, if one of our motorcycles breaks down, throw it on the truck, get it to a repair, or get it home, however that works out. So a week before the trip, his uncle passes away. His uncle was very old, in his 90s, so it's hard when anybody dies, but it's not like, hey, it was kind of expected. So he goes to Kansas City. We're from Denver. He goes to Kansas City with his family a day or two before we do. We're going to go through Kansas City anyway. And while he's there, his brother, who's a little bit older than him, passes away. So that's 2 deaths in less than a week. Now, we've loaded all of our luggage in the truck because we're on motorcycles. And 2 of our members have family in St. Louis and East St. Louis. So we stop in KC, head on over to St. Louis the next day, and we're expecting our buddy with the truck to meet us in St. Louis after that. But now he's got a brother that passed away, so he's got to help with some arrangements. Along with that, he's got a sister, an elderly sister who's in her 80s, who's not doing very well. But he spent some time with her over these few days that he went early, and she's doing better. She's feeling good. They're having a good time. They go out, walk around, shopping or whatever, go to a movies. She decides, or she doesn't decide, she ends up saying she needs to go to the hospital. It takes her to the hospital. She had a very minor heart attack. So minor that the doctors were like, hey, she's doing fine. We're going to monitor her. Don't worry about it. We're good. Or whatever they say. I'm paraphrasing. I really don't have an idea what they say. But according to him, she was doing good. Everything was looking well. Spent the rest of the evening with her. He had to get to St. Louis, so he leaves, takes pictures, all that stuff. Comes into St. Louis. He's not there half an hour. Gets a call. His sister passed away. Right, probably within the 20 minutes that he got there. And that should have been the sign. That should have been the, hey, y'all, maybe this isn't the right time for this trip. But his family calls him and says, you know what, man, you can't do anything here. You got to go on and enjoy your trip, man. We'll take care of everything. It's going to be a while before all the arrangements are made, so don't worry about it. So we decide to continue on. We next day we take off. We get to our next destination, our next stop. We've got sort of a planned out route. Get to our next station, stay the night, then we move on into Tennessee. Actually, we got into Tennessee that night, but we moved on to the section of Tennessee that has the tail of the dragon. And we go through the tail of the dragon. Again, a lot of curves, a lot of, maneuvering that bike. Me, it's more like put, because I'm 55. I'm not crazy. If I was younger, maybe I'd have been doing all that. But right now, it's just like, yeah. So, we get through that. We stop at the shop, the little souvenir shop, pick up some stuff. And now we're going to head on down to Tampa, right? Now the tail of the dragon is an 11-mile stretch of Route 29. There's another 30 some odd miles before we get to the next little town, which is, I think, Robbinsville in North Carolina. As we're on our way, two of my members end up getting into an accident. Going around a curve, one loses control, the other one kind of clips him, and now we've got one bike that is incapacitated. Nobody was seriously hurt, but we've got one bike that's incapacitated and needs some pretty serious repairs. He severed a brake line and broke off part of his footrest. The other bike, had some minor damage, but it was drivable. So at this point now we're just like, this is too much. Dealerships that we needed didn't have the parts. They were going to have to order the parts. It's going to take a week. We're trying to get one way or the other. Either continue go or head on back. But because of the parts situation and one bike being down and the deaths, we're like, you know what? The travel gods are trying to tell us something. Let's head on back to Denver. We're all disappointed because for me, the main goal was Key West and Tampa. Tail of the Dragon was just a little extra for me. But I wanted to get down there. So I may have been the most upset, but I think I know everybody was upset that we couldn't finish the trip. And I feel absolutely terrible for my friend who had the deaths, because not only did he have the deaths, but he didn't even have the trip to sort of take his mind off of things. Does that make sense? He was looking forward to the trip, getting his mind off of things for a little while, enjoying company with us, and now, because of all of this, now everything's even more stressed out, and we got to go back. So we decided to go back. It takes us a couple days. We get back to Denver. Really no issues on the way back. We get back to Denver, and we head straight to the dealer to drop off my friend's bike so they can start working on it. Get his bike unloaded. He takes care of business, what he's got to do. And me and a couple other guys, we take off going home. And one of my partners left a little bit before me. Now I'm on my way home, but we live close to each other, so we're taking the same route. And since he's ahead of me, anyway, I'm driving up the highway, and I see a motorcycle on the side of the road. Looks like it's having a hard time, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way this could be my boy. And as I get closer, it's my boy. His bike, the clutch went out. Well, we think it was the clutch. So now, but at least we're home and not far, so he was able to call for a tow, get his bike towed to the dealership and get that squared away. But you talk about just bad luck on a trip, even to the point that when we got home, the trip was over, we still had bad luck. And the amusing part, if there is one, for me, was from the beginning of this trip, I thought my bike was going to be the one that had problems, because I've had some issues with my bike, and as we got started, it was so hot, my bike was getting so heated up that I started to feel like, oh, this may not make it, My bike's the only one that made it home without any major repairs, without any major problems. And that's not funny. Kind of funny to me, but again, feel bad for my boys, in particular my homie with the deaths. And I just wanted to get that out and talk a little shit about it. One other bright spot, I did get to smoke some pretty good cigars along the way, um, but I'm disappointed we didn't make it to Tampa, where I could have gone buck wild on buying some cigars, which actually may have helped me out because I saved some money because I'm getting ready for the Rocky Mountain Cigar Festival coming up here next month, August 16th. If you haven't gotten your tickets, it's probably too late, but look online, you might get lucky. And come on out here to Colorado and say what's up if you see me. If you already got your tickets, say what's up if you see me. I'll be there. And if my motorcycle is working, I'll be there on the bike. All right, that's it. That's my 10 plus minute rant for the 5-minute cigar review. Hope y'all at least found that somewhat interesting, maybe amusing, or maybe you just enjoyed a good tale. So that's it. I will catch y'all later. Actually, y'all catch me later. I wish I could catch y'all, but I can't see you, so. All right, y'all be cool. Stay smoky. Peace out.